So what's up, guys? I'm hoping you've been all good and great in the market. Was I think there's been a lot of excitement of late since the data came out. Oil coming down, oil coming down to negative 0.37% as of today, but simply been falling over the week within the past 2 weeks to 3 weeks. Gold coming down to negative 0.48%, silver coming down to negative 0.62%, Netflix negative 1.01%, and we had a bit of just a downfall in the market yesterday, just a bit, but Bitcoin continued to pump upwards, even though there was a bit of a tumble down in the stock market. So I'm hoping you've all been good, you've all been great. If you're if you're leveraging, ensure it's at least 2x. 2x is a 50% increase. So getting a 50% increase on Bitcoin and Ethereum in this market seems quite difficult. If you're shorting, if you're going long, also ensure it's a low leverage of at least 1x. Then as it continues to increase, you can make your position to 2x, 5x, 10x, or even 15x, whichever you're suitable with. So I'll begin with Bitcoin first of all. In the 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin seems bullish. Okay, it seems bullish. And number one, we had that wave from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 5 to 6. So it started over here again, 0 from here over here for 5, the 5 Elliott wave segment. So then from 0 to A, B. Now I want to see where this B will fall to. Is it here? Was this the peak? Or are you going to have a B at the peak of this level, maybe at 22K? Or we can now test at least the 100 EMA, because whenever we fall to the 800 EMA on Bitcoin, oftenly we dump. So should we pump to the 100 EMA, 200, or are we going moving above that? Because already you are above 50 and between 50 and 100 EMA, we are now going to the 200 exponential moving average. If this B is higher than this 5, then you might have that single crash. By that I mean that might be a bull trap for the traders. Okay, it might be a bull trap for the traders from the price that it is at up to the level of where B is. So if you're able to pass the price of $22,000, then I would say this might be a trap for traders to go long. Maybe we might touch even 26K and then drop immediately. Or what can happen, this might have been the top of the relief rally, but I can't say that we've been overbought within even the 4-hour time frame. So we might pump. First of all, we broke the previous resistance line. So let me delete some of these lines. As you can see, you're having a bit of some resistance over here within today. I've been watching it since morning. From the price of 20,687 to the price of $21,039. We've been having a lot of resistance over here and here, but you're having another continuation pattern. So we broke that bearish trend line over here, went parabolic, but you're still not top on the average purchase at 70 on the RSI, which is the relative strength index. So I need to see the completion of the B wave pattern. Another thing that you need to understand, we had that M formation that I was talking about, but we didn't have the completion of the M formation. As I said, it doesn't simply have to mean that the completion of the M formation will be at $17,908. The completion of the M formation was at $18,983. From there, now we can talk of a confirmation of the W formation, which seems bullish. So from top to bottom to top to bottom and to top. So the best resistance that we can talk of for Bitcoin to go bullish is simply above 21,264. Okay, but we can raise it a bit to be at least a bit accurate, and we can talk of $21,500 is a huge sell wall for Bitcoin. I'm saying this in terms of technical analysis, not in terms of fundamental, but you look at the sell wall where it is currently. And where is the sell wall currently at? We had 7,000 BTC. I was watching it just around 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes ago. We had a huge sell wall of Bitcoin at the price of $21,000. It broke that sell wall. It was around, if I'm not mistaken, it was around 1,790 BTC at that price. It was around 1,790 BTC, and that sell wall was broken at the price. It was broken with a huge uptrend in the market. It was broken with a huge uptrend in the market, and what I'm expecting with after that drop is maybe, how can I say it? Maybe the sell wall might be, the next sell wall is at $21,150. That's the price to look at within. That's the price to look at within that range. And then the next thing that I'll also look at, second of all, is what is it? Look at the vector candles. We had a vector candle from 20,450. We pumped to 20,700 as of today, dropped to 20,500, then had another green vector candle, which was at 20,600, pumped up to 20,833, came back down, then had that blue vector candle. And that blue vector candle is an indication of a rejection in the market from the price of $21,000, the price of $20,820. Now, what should we look up to next for that in terms of BTC and Ethereum? So with Bitcoin getting rejected, this next sell wall is at 21,000 and what? Let's look at it. Is at 21,100, and it's not much BTC. Is at 455 and 557 BTC. So with that sell wall at that price, then I'm not expecting 21,500. What's the chart of BTC? Apologies for that. So the price around this price is where the next liquidity is. But if you can see, the liquidity isn't much compared to how it was before. Before we had 1,700 BTC at the price wall of 21K. We broke it. Currently, we are having a resistance at $21,500. But is it much compared to what was at $21,000 on the sell wall? No, it wasn't that much. So what do we expect if it wasn't that much? What we expect is that Bitcoin can simply continue moving up without any hitches. It can continue moving up from 20,800 to even $21,000, $22,000 or $23,000. That is what might happen on BTC. So we can have another movement upward without any hitches. We've already broken that huge sell wall that was at $21,000. If you look at the relative strength index within the 4-hour time frame, we haven't been overbought simply. Same relative strength index that was here is the same that might happen over here, where we'll be at 69 or 70, have a bit of some retest, and then a bit of a continuation on the upside, on the downside. What you're experiencing currently is a relief pump. According to myself, I believe it's a relief pump, but on the contrary, this might also be, it might also have been the bottom, because if you can get an inflation data within the UK and the US at 9.1%, then, and the market are all pumping, that means the stocks and the crypto, that means that maybe that might have been the bottom. Maybe. But remember, we normally have this kind of fake pumps, and I've said if the B is larger than the 5, that's a fake pump, and this is why you might see Bitcoin dropping even below. With that fake pump, you might see it breaking even below $14,000 if it's a bull trap. If not a bull trap, we will retrace a bit, come a bit, retest over here, and then continue on the upside. If it's not, we will be dropping from $23,000 to $24,000 back to even maybe now the last level where you can retest to $12,465. And it will be a whoop. It won't be once, it will just be a downtrend in the market where everyone will be running for their cash. That's just my analysis on BTC on the shorter time frame. The question is not how, but when will we pump up, when will we drop, and when will the bottom be? Then after this bottom is where you might now start seeing BTC ranging and then starting to move up and down with correction. Or maybe this is the bottom, and then you start seeing BTC moving up and correction, and people start getting in at 28K, 30K, 32K, 34K, and then the idea of the bull run starts beginning in the market. And you need to be careful with the kind of altcoins you are buying, because some will be dead, some will never rise up again. If I'm looking at Ethereum, I'm seeing the same notion, because I'm seeing a support here of Ethereum at the price of $1,006. And then I'm looking at the breakout point also it had is at the price of $12,117. So it's ranging within this range. If it's able to break the $12,117, I'll say it will be bullish for Ethereum. So we already have a double top, and it seems you're having a triple top. So we'll pump a bit, have a retest, and then maybe continue on the upside, or get rejected over here and then drop down below back to $1,006. So there are two case scenarios over here. It's either we pump on the upside, or we break down and go back to the $1,006 level. Same thing, Ethereum is almost being overbought within the 4-hour time frame at the relative strength index of 70. It's been overbought. So if you're buying Ethereum currently, you're buying it at overbought section. So wait for it to retrace a bit. This retracement might be the retracement I'm expecting it to be for a spot buy of Ethereum is maybe at the price of 1,145 on the worst case scenario, then a continuation on the pump on the upside. But if you're going to long Ethereum from here or buy from spot, you are trading the resistance. You always need to trade at the support. So it might get rejected, come back down, or break it. And if it's able to break it, then that means you will be in profit if you're going long on it, if it's able to break the resistance. And that's why we've been having this kind of breakouts over here. We had a breakout over here of Ethereum. Over here, we had a breakout over here, went up. You can see that vector candle. Same thing to this case over here. We had this finishing touch line over here. We had that breakout over here. So we came out, breakout, and then we pumped immediately. They came back down, retested it. So if you can have a breakout, we already had a breakout, went pump. So if you can have another breakout over here, then I would say it will be bullish for Ethereum, to be bullish for Bitcoin. But I'm looking at it in a 4-hour time frame. I don't like looking at them within a 1-hour time frame, within a 4-hour time frame, within a 1-hour time frame, or 15-minute time frame. The 4-hour time frame gives us a large portion to be able to know what can happen exactly in the market. But I need to keep this in the 1-day time frame to see, are we starting to see the idea of a bull trap in the market? Okay, we had this over here. We had this over here. Okay, then we had these ranges over here. Okay, we had these ranges over here. What happened? Boom, down. Same thing, up, down, up, rejection maybe down or up, break it, test the 50 exponential moving average, $1,410, and then test back to the $1,837. And this is where majority of traders will be getting at $1,723. So the question is, are we still playing the same? Because this seems to be stagnating. And by stagnating, I mean we might stay here for months before another upside or downside in the market. So be careful within this range over here. What you need to do, buy on spot rather than leveraging at these prices. You might not know what can happen here next. It's better to buy on spot, wait for the range to happen, come back down, then you start moving up, or maybe move up, retest it, then continue moving upwards. Wait for the range to break out officially today or next week to be able to know what can happen next. And this is where I'll be giving the next update on what will be happening in the markets at that time. Then, second of all, what I like to do is, this is a W formation with a completion of an M formation. So we can't simply draw a diagonal line over here because this seems to be just a straight wedging pattern. So with this, I like to call it a distribution pattern. Redistribution pattern. So over here, we are having a redistribution pattern over here. Okay. So the question is, where are we heading over to next after the distribution pattern? Because the longs are short are being weighted at this level. Will the longs be liquidated? Will the short be liquidated? That's the question everyone is asking. And my answer will be I don't know, but my prediction is that we'll be in this range, but we might have that one final push down, then we move up. I was looking also at the open interest, and it seems like the open interest is also moving at that redistribution level. We might head upside in the market where the redistribution today level is at 6.87%. It began increasing, but the volume is negative 12.35%. Why? Why is it that? I'm not getting it. Open interest is high, but the volume is low. How? Okay. If you head over to the liquidation levels, we can see shorts are the ones that have been liquidated, but not that much. Now people are going on to short. Within the 4 hour time frame, there's a short. Within the 1 hour time frame, there are longs at 72.84%. Within the 4 hour is 81.44%. Within 12 hours is 79.88%. Within 24 hours is at 83.61%. Everyone is going short on this position. And this is where the market makers will want to liquidate those short positions with high leverage. Which coins have been most liquidated at this level? It's Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, NKN, Doge, DOT, BTS, Matic, SKL, GTMT, SHIB, Cell. Cardano is not here. Matic is not here. Everyone was going along on Matic is here. So the reason why Matic was pumping was because of they did a partnership with the Disney World. Huh? They did a partnership yesterday with Disney World, and it made it pump 19% to 22% or 21%. That was bullish on Matic. Now, next thing to look at, let's look at back to open interest on the futures. So within the 1 hour, you're having an increase of 0.19%, and in total, you're having an increase of 5.92%, especially at the Binance, we have an increase of 8.73%. On FTX, we have a 12.50%. That means a lot of people are now going long on trades. The question is, how long will this last? How long will this last? So let's look at the order book on BTC. The order book on BTC is telling us that currently there's high selling pressure compared to the buying pressure. So people are beginning to sell. Why? Because you are now at the resistance. You're heading over to the resistance, which is at 21,500. That's just an increase of I think 5%, and you are at the resistance level. The question is, will we get rejected or pump above that? And that's why you might find those liquidation shorts at the price of 21,500 might get liquidated, and then the market makers might decide to increase the price further, having it surpassing the previous level of these two double tops, having it at maybe 23K, and then drag us down. That's also another possibility that might happen. So be careful with whatever you're shorting or longing from here. Anything can market, depends on the market makers. Look at the dollar yen, negative 0.18%. Look at the euro USD pumping 0.42%. Look at the British pound to the dollar 0.21%. Fine. Look at the volatility on the dollar index, it's at 0.004%. So you're having a bit of an increase on demand of the dollar. Okay, dollar yen is now dropping negative 0.18%, but the euro against the dollar is now at 0.41%, and the British pound against the dollar is at 0.21%. What's happening to gold? Negative 0.27%. Oil is pumping at 1.29%. Oil has been at least been regulated. It has been regulated. The price has been fluctuating, but it's at least where if oil starts coming back down, energy crisis would also start calming down in the markets. So that's what the Biden administration are trying to do with the global economy. They're trying to kill that demand. And you can see the price of oil has begun lowering down. So if this kind of relief starts happening in the market, that means we might be nearing the bottom of the market. Might. Okay. And this is where we'll begin on buying our favorite altcoins at the bottom, accumulating them, and then starting our cycle. Then if I'm moving over to bonds, I'm going to check out bonds to see what's happening. And I'll look at the 2-year yield bond. It's now going negative at negative 0.45%. See, things are getting onto a relief. What about the 5-year yield bond? Negative 0.181%. And the 10-year yield bond, negative 0.94%. So there's some relief on bonds that are happening in the market. So these are the ranges you need to look at. Look at that $21,500 level. If you get rejected, we'll come back down drastically, maybe to the price back of 18,083. But if this B is able to complete above the 5, then this will be a continuation of a bull trap. Because I'm not getting it why we've been having that continuous bullish trend in the market without any relaxation of selling pressure except this point. It's been continuous all along. Why? That's a nice volume that came off. Where did that volume come from? Where did that retail volume come from? Is it from the market makers to simply provide, to simply have an exit liquidity in the market? That might be the market maker. So be careful on these ranges. On Ethereum, you can also see the VWAP pump that has happened over there. It's been overbought. So with the Ethereum, I'm looking, let me delete all the lines first of all. So with Ethereum, I am looking at this price 1029, then with 1166, and then at the top of that I'm looking at resistance of 1242, and they've already arrived at that price of 1242. Will this be the top of Ethereum? If it's able to break out, then we'll move higher, and we'll be seeing altcoins pumping like crazy if Ethereum is able to break 1242, and if Bitcoin is also able to break the price of $21,500. Bitcoin will pump altcoins will pump parabolic just for some period of time before another downtrend might happen, or maybe that was the bottom and we'll move up from there and we'll never see $18,000 or $17,000 or maybe the $10,000 we're waiting for ever again. So I wanted to give that trade, just analysis trade. And if I'm looking, I'll do the next session that I'll be doing about, I'll be looking at stocks, and then I'll be looking the relation to Bitcoin. I'm waiting for the market to simply open. So these are the what you need to look at just for the short time period before the market opens today. Remember, it's on a Friday. There'll be less volatility in the market. So we'll need to see what happens on Saturday, what happens on Sunday, and then beginning of Monday. But I'll do another session giving an update to see what happens today if you're able to break $21,500, or will get rejected and come back down below it. So I'll be waiting to see what happens at these prices today, how the market will open, and then we'll do another session where we'll do a review of short-term view and the long-term view on what might now happen from here. So I need you guys to take care. Cheers, and I'll do the next session today night or tomorrow. So stay safe and peace.